Alam niyo ba, mga kasangbahay, na tinatayang nasa 24 na milyong tao sa buong mundo ang apektado ng Alzheimer's disease. Isa sa 10 individual na may edad na mahigit 65 taong gulang ang naitalang mayroon nito. At halos isa sa 3 individual naman na may gulang na mahigit 85 taong gulang ang nagtataglay ng karamdamang ito. Ang Alzheimer's disease ay nadiskubre ng German psychologist at neuropathologist na si Dr. Alois Alzheimer noong 1906. Isang 51 taong gulang na babaeng pasyente na nagngangalang August Detter ang kanyang sinuri at natuklasan sa utak nito ang senile plaques at neurofibrillary tangles. Ang dalawang neurological substances na ito ang kinikilalang unique markers ng Alzheimer's disease.
Mga kasambahay, naku, normal lang po na malimutan natin yung mga maliliit na bagay from time to time. Kagaya ng kung saan natin nailapag ang cellphone o kaya yung susi natin. Pero naku, kapag madalas na, ng padalas at patindi ng patindi ang memory loss, it could be Alzheimer's disease. Naku, may magagawa pa ba tayo kapag tayo ay nagkaroon ng sakit na ito o ang ating mga mahal sa buhay? So to help us understand Alzheimer's disease and brain health better, joining us today is Dr. Perry Noble, a neurologist from Makati Medical Center. Welcome back to Doctors on TV, Doc Perry.
Thank you. I'm always glad to be here.
It's always a joy having you here, Doc Perry. Ayan. Okay, so ito, let's get started, Doc. What is Alzheimer's disease and how does it affect the brain?
Okay, so nowadays we tend to define objects or even diseases very well because with good descriptors, no? So I will do it with Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease, so it is a disease, no? And it is a form of dementia. And I'll go to what is dementia later on, which is characterized by a progressive deterioration, no? Nagde-deteriorate, no? Ng unti-unti na pagrabi ng pagrabi of the brain, no? And it will clinically present with cognitive and personality changes. And sometimes later on with, it may interfere with activities of daily living.
Okay, sabi niyo yung salitang cognitive, Doc, pa-explain natin sa mga
Cognitive,
viewers.
yung cognitive, kasi ang utak natin, at ginawa nilikha tayo ng Diyos na may utak, ang kanyang primary na isa sa kanyang mahalagang gawain ay pag-iisip, no? Bukod sa pag-iisip, no, siyempre maraming other functions connected with it. Meaning, for example, ang pag-intindi, ang pagsasalita, no, ang pag-aalala, tapos ang pagpaplano, ang yung we call it insight, pagkakaalam na may problema or what. And of course, kung ano yung mga dapat natin gawin araw-araw. So all of these are functions of the brain. Even pag-compute, pagkata, everything resides in the brain. So these are cognitive functions.
So yan isa po sa affected daw, mga kasangbay, according to Doc Perry. And you mentioned also about yung affected yung daily habits. Ano yung example nitong mga pangkaraniwang gawain ng isang individual araw-araw na naaapektuhan pag may Alzheimer's?
Okay, kaya naiiba ang Alzheimer's sa pagkalimot lang sa pagtanda or even kahit bata tayo kasi naapektuhan na yung activities of daily living. What I mean with that is hindi na makapagplano ng dapat gawin. Minsan nalilito siya kung araw o gabi. Tapos even yung paggrabe na, no? Yung pag-ayos ng sarili niya. Tapos yung kanyang pagpunta sa banyo, no? Kailangan tulungan pa. Yung early on, also even how to manage yung simple finances, no? Hindi niya na magawa. So these are all activities of daily living which we try to see whether if it is affected or not. Because if it is so, on top of the memory loss, that is definitely Alzheimer's. Pero kung halimbawa nakakalimot ang isang tao na hindi naman apektado ito, maaaring talagang sa dala lang ng pagkalimot. No?
Oh, okay. So good that you mentioned that, Doc. So how is Alzheimer's different naman from dun sa normal forgetfulness experienced by aging
Okay,
people.
let me say, it's not because we forget, ay nako, meron na tayong Alzheimer's. But of course, most of our patients would come to us worried that they will have Alzheimer's. Ang kaibahan niyan, sa normal, I will say, just forgetfulness is the fact na kahit papano, naaalala mo later on. Okay? So, lalo na kung may cues, okay. O
Problema kung di mo na hinahanap, tsaka naman nagpapakita.
Oo, minsan ganun, mga tipo. At saka alam mong nakalimutan mo.
Okay. Alam mo siya, aware ka.
Ang problema pag nakalimutan mo, tapos nire-refuse mo to think,
Recall.
may nagsabi na sa yung mga kasama mo, nakalimutan mo. Hindi. Yan ang medyo problema na. Okay? Tapos, again, I have to stress the point, bukod sa memory loss, walang kasamang mga personality, hindi nag-iba ang behavior, at saka yung mga ginagawang pang-araw-araw. Yun ang tinatawag nating age-related forgetfulness.
Okay. So nakita natin yung difference here. Pero, Doc, sino ba yung mga individuals who are the people with the highest risk of having Alzheimer's
Okay.
disease?
We cannot go away with age. Everyone ages, no? So, number one risk factor is age. It affects patients, individuals who are generally 65 or older. Okay? The older you are, the more you are the likelihood to have Alzheimer's. But let me correct that even younger individuals may have Alzheimer's, 40s, 50s, and even 30s. Okay? And then, of course, family history. Kung may history kayo sa pamilya na merong Alzheimer's, the likelihood is increased, no? Tapos, lifestyle. Kung ikaw ay hindi nag-e-exercise, tapos wala kang tinatawag nating social engagement, no? Kaya kahit pa paano maayos itong social media. Dapat salmuha ka sa mga kaibigan mo.
Problema naman, puro marites din minsan, di ba?
Yun na nga. Pero the fact is, dapat and then stimulate your mind. Cognitive stimulation. Meaning, manood ka ng TV, you read,
Makinig ng mga news.
makinig ng music na gusto mo, no? But it doesn't stop there. Whenever you do something, try to remember what you did, no? Ang kalimitan sinasabi ko, lalo na pag pumupunta ka sa probinsya, anyway, nanonood naman ng TV. Sinasabi ko, ma'am, sir, hindi enough yon. Dapat tanungin niyo siya, may napanood, ano ba yung pinanood?
So kung sa mga lolo-lola, makakatulong ba yung mag-tutor sila ng mga apo?
Yes, of
Ayan. Di ba matutuwa nga yung mga
At
nanay-tatay?
isa pang
mababawas.
palagi kong ini-stress is really involvement in doing cognitive exercises.
Paano
Meaning,
yan, Doc?
like games, puzzles.
Pero pwede yung mga Scrabble, chess,
yes, of course.
dama.
It will help stimulate. Lalo ngayon, your iPad, your cell phone is loaded with a lot of games. Do it, no? Okay.
That would really
That
help.
would really help. Another thing is, of course, physical exercise. Talagang kailangan, you have to help. Our brain will always rely on good supply of oxygen. So one way of doing it is really regular
Physical
exercise.
activity,
Oo.
no? Regular, dapat consistent.
And for people who, of course, are stressed, I have to say it, you and I don't think anyone is devoid of that. But it's a prime mover in our lives. But if it is overwhelming, nakakasama sa atin ito. Okay? Tapos, syempre, ayokong araw-araw natin ginagawa, pagkain, wastong pagkain ang importante. The same things that may cause stroke are the same things that may predispose someone to have Alzheimer's. Like, of course, alam nyo na, pagkain ng mataba, ng maalat,
Mamantika,
masyadong
ganyan.
matamis, yung madali lang kainin, kaya nga
Parang
tinatawag
puro masarap
nating
yung sinasabi mo, Doc,
yun na nga. Saka yung mga processed foods,
Yeah.
as much as
So
possible.
basically, healthy diet,
A healthy diet. And not only that, of course, vices, no? Alam natin, ang pagyoyosi, no? Ang pag-iinom ng alak. Kaya we always have to go back to that adage, always live everything in moderation.
Okay. So, pero Doc, ito, no, maganda yung mga binigay mong inputs, very generous, no? So basically, at least may idea yung mga viewers natin. kanina na-mention nyo, usually, based on stats, 65 and above. Pero sa dami ng napakarami mong pasyente, Doc, Pero ano yung youngest patient na nakita mo na may Alzheimer's?
Okay, 40 meron, no? But it has been reported even 30s. Bakit? Kasi medyo merong problema na to start with. You see them in people who have a family history, no? And number 2, yung may mga Down syndrome, no? Yung may mga delayed development, mental development. Yes. But of course, it's more common still among elderly individuals, 65 or greater.
Okay, so these individuals, ano yung mga nakitang early warning signs na, ito, mukhang mga senyales to na baka may nag-uumpisang Alzheimer's?
Usually, the early sign is definitely cognitive and in form of memory. And anong type ng memory, no? Kasi iba-ibang klaseng memory. It's what we call short-term memory. Yung, for example, kausap ko lang ikaw, mamaya sabihin mo, ano ba yung tinanong ko sa'yo, ano yung sinabi mo. Tapos, in fact, hindi lang yung isang beses, minsan paulit-ulit niyang tatanungin, kahit ilang beses mo nasabi na sa kanya, nasabi ko na ulitin mo. So, short-term memory, no? It's something that even yung halimbawa, na may nilagay siyang bagay, tapos kahit sabihin mo, nilagay mo doon sa i-remind mo, nakakalimutan niya agad, no? Yung tinatawag natin fast decay sa brain mo. Yun ang first usually signs, no? But usually most of us do not bring our relatives, our loved ones to just that kasi sasabihin mo, matanda na yan.
Oo nga, pero Doc, paano madidiscern kung yung parang ganong yung short-term memory loss is different from dun sa mga, yung regular na nag-age lang?
Kaya nga, I already mentioned at the onset that definitely if other cognitive functions are affected, meaning, for example, medyo minsan napansin mo mga comment niya hindi tama.
Hindi akma.
Oo, hindi akma. Tapos pangalawa, yung palaging nasa conversation nyo, hindi siya makakontribute kasi hindi niya masabi ang gusto niya sabihin. O kaya, hindi niya rin naiintindihan yung pinag-uusapan. Yun ang mga... So, other things are affected. Judgment. For example, biglang tatawa siya na hindi naman katawa-tawa yung pinag-uusapan. No? So, there are other functions that are affected. And for example, halimbawa, dati siyang ininyero, pero hindi na siya makakalculate, hindi niya, ilan nga yun? No?
Kumbaga kung ano yung norm niya for the longest time, hindi na niya magawa.
So, may other functions siya na hindi affected. And again, the third, which is always important that I always state it affects his daily functioning. Kasi minsan meron tayong nakakalimutin, pero hindi mo naman apektado yung trabaho mo o kayong ginagawa mo araw-araw. Sometimes pinapalipas natin kasi maalala ko rin naman yan. No? You go ahead with what you're doing. But the moment naiiba yung daily functioning mo, then more or less, the possibility of Alzheimer's is there.
Sinabi niyo yung sa daily functioning, yung mga simpleng pagdumi, pag-ihi, affected ba yan?
Of course,
sa Alzheimer's?
especially not in the early stage, during the later stage, no? Even to the point that kailangan the family. That's why I always say the family is very important in terms of managing a patient with Alzheimer's. Why? Because in terms of helping the patient be guided in his daily activities like eating. Minsan, hindi na alam, kumain na ako, ganyan. Pagpunta sa banyo, pagliligo, no? In all those patients, later on, they will be really affected, unfortunately. And this is the sad thing about it.
Kalungkot nga kasi syempre, kumbaga parang kailangan na talaga nila ng kaagapay dahil hindi na nila kaya on their own. Doc, how about yung nila, yung personality changes? Meron ba?
Very common. Actually, in my patients, maybe, almost all are attended with personality changes, pero iba-ibang klase. Siyempre, alam mo yung dating personalidad niya, no? Outgoing and everything. Pero nag-iba. Ayaw niya nang lumabas. Ayaw niya nang gawin yung mga dati niyang mga hobbies. Yun, nag-withdraw. Tapos pag lolo, may bisita kayo. Ayaw na lumabas. Baligtad naman. Minsan may mga pasyente ko, agresibo. No? Masyadong animated, no? Sobrang daldal na hindi mo maintindihan, hindi naman siya dati ganun. And syempre, ang ayaw natin mangyari, minsan magiging verbally, and I have lots of patients becoming physically abusive. What do I mean? Yung, alam mo, ng PI, o kaya, o hindi lang yan, may isang pasyente, may katabi siya palaging yantok, no? Paglalabi.
Yantok pampalo?
Oo, pampalo.
Scary yun, Dok.
Oo, so they may have those kinds of behavior. So, minsan yung iba makikita mo, emotional ability. Ibig sabihin, minsan mabait, minsan salbahe, minsan pag katapatan doktor o mabait, pero doktor sa amin, ako, wala. Kung pwede lang, piringan namin yung tenga namin kasi talagang dapat sagana kami na sa PI.
At saka, pero siguro dapat sana sagana din sa pag-unawa at pagmamahal ang pamilya.
Since you mentioned, very important. One trait the caregiver and the family should have is really patience. Patience. And I always tell, no, halimbawa kung may sinabi ganyan ka, huwag mo sasabihin, kasasabi mo lang yan papagagalitan mo. Walang mangyayari yan. Kahit yung sinabi mong yun, kakalimutan nilang pinagalitan mo. So, dahil pasyensya, no, and everything. And the other thing that I always say, it's a cardinal rule in facing patients with Alzheimer's is never argue with them. No, it's useless. But develop the art of diversifying. Ibig sabihin, halimbawa pinag-uusapan niya, meron silang papasok na kinagagalit niya. Sabi mo, isipin mo agad, ano bang gusto niya? Ay, Nay, nakita mo yung palabas na ganyan. So, that will help them in a way, no? Okay. So, that is, those are the things that are very important in managing. So, when I see patients with Alzheimer's, I tell the relatives and the caregiver, these are the things that you must do. Okay?
I see.
And of course, udyukin mo silang gawin yung kanilang daily activities, no? Kasi minsan sila mismo hahanap-hanapin nila yung dapat nilang gawin araw-araw, mag-exercise, makinig sa radio or sa music, manood ng TV.
Saka para stimulatory pa rin sa brain nila. Mas mabagal, ma-delay yung progression ng sakit.
It all boils down to the adage, alam mo, if you don't use it, it will rot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So, dapat gamitin natin.